Hello, everyone. Welcome to Real Estate with Ryan. So excited to be with you on a Saturday, talking real estate. Always fun to be in the studios, just talking about that kind of busy season as October runs around the corner and kind of comes to halt. Hard to believe. A couple of days we'll be doing the trick or treat, doing a little candy deal. We'll see all those little faces, costumes. I got my little ones out there, and always a fun time. But kind of hard to believe October is just kind of flown by. How about you guys? What are you feeling the same? Feel like this month's going? This year's going? Well, excited you guys have tuned into Real Estate with Ryan. Always glad to be with you. Talking real estate, it's a little bit of everything. And got a busy day today. Got a good show for you. We're going to talk about our topic today. If your home's not selling, what can we do? I know we're going into the holiday seasons right around the corner. Before you know it, it's Thanksgiving, then Christmas. A lot of activity that's on the market in the fall. I was just up in Sevierville and Gatlinburg yesterday. And I know you guys know this, but we're all busy in life. You know, we got the kiddos, grandparents, things we're working, right? We got a lot of things moving. And so my daughter's birthday was last week, and we had an opportunity to kind of celebrate her birthday the other day. And we just spent a little family time up in the mountains, Sevierville, Gatlinburg. And you just got to really take a second to go up there, because in October, if you guys have not went up there, I know we're always working. We don't get time to take it in. You know, we're listing property, selling property, meeting clients, and so it's always hustle and bustle. But encourage you guys. Well, we got 4 million people or more visiting the Smokies this time of the year. The weather, the leaves just changed. Everything's beautiful. We happened to see some bears the other day. It was like a super exciting day. And it's just a lot to do up there. I don't think we've even explored, 10% of what we have to offer up there. But just it's a nice getaway. And guess what? It's in our backyard, guys. That's the great thing about East Tennessee. We've got so many pluses here. That's why we have so many people that are relocating across the U.S. And just to take a little short drive up to the mountains, spend a little family time, whether it's Sunday after church or maybe just take a day off, right? Just take a day off from work and say, hey, I'm going up there, spend a little family time, have a little dinner or something. It was a good time. So I highly encourage you guys to take a little time up to the Smokies next 60 days for the holidays. I know you know it's beautiful, but have we taken the time to kind of step out of work mode, right, and go up there? So I spent a little time, and I was thinking about you guys, and I said, hey, let me tell my audience, hey, take a little time, go up there. It is absolutely gorgeous. Some of the views we've got makes you appreciate East Tennessee real estate. It does. Again, we've got a good show. We're talking about, all right, we know interest rates are up. Market's all over the board. Inventory still low, under 4,000 homes in the market. But are people selling? Yes, people are selling. But there are homes that are on the market a little longer than we like. What can we do? Well, previous years, we didn't have enough inventory. We talked about on this show numerous times that here in 2023, in January, we had 1,500 homes on the market. A lot of you guys understood that you couldn't even get the home on the market before you had multiple offers, or they were competing and they were dropping the house up. Before you know it, Ryan, I list at 450. At the end of the day, we get 500. Everybody's happy. Well, the market's changed just a little bit. Going back to more of a normal market. And of course, there's some scarcity in the market with everything going on, wars, different things like that, economy, inflation, you name it, right? There's some extra anxiety in the market. And so now what are we going to do where the home doesn't move right away? And so we're going to talk about that and so much more. And then, hey, on our second part of the show, grandparents, you're going to definitely want to listen to this. We're talking about our grandparents. Are they moving to go closer to the grandbabies? You'd be surprised what the study says. Are you picking up that house that you've been there for 30 years? Your daughter moves over to, say, the West Coast. Are you going to be a California dad? You'd be surprised what the survey says. We're going to look at that and so much more on the second half of Real Estate with Ryan. All right, I got some congrats. New listing. Been busy month. 1637 Appian Road. Beautiful property. Almost 40 acres out there. Custom built home. Additional home site overlooking the Blue Ridge Mountains. It is gorgeous. Make sure you check it out on our website. 1043 Gap Creek Road. Another brand new listing there on 10 acres. Big detached storage building. Make sure you check that out. Perfect for if you work on cars or even have a small business. That's Beautiful property will be hitting the market next week. 1609 Tipton Station Road in Knoxville. We've got about 3 acres. Beautiful layout on it, detached building. What I like about that property probably more than anything is you can have animals. And they've actually got goats and donkeys. And it's so cool. So make sure you check that property out. 1315 North Dunlap Avenue. Great deal. Investor special. Do a little work to it and got great potential. That's in Rockwood. And of course, Ivy Way, 3614 Ivy Way new listings. Congrats on some pendings. 8255 Old Asheville Highway. 605 Yarnell Road under contract in Clinton. And McKinney Road, some land that we sold out there under contract, 5 acres. Didn't take long for that. And that's our congrats, new listings. I guess we got to get into the show, guys. Get into the show. All right, so we've got our house in the market. It's not selling. Other than the agent and the marketing, what could we be doing? Obviously, you say, well, Ryan, we hired an expert. Figure it out. I'm with you. I'm with you. So a lot of times when we're coming from a transitioning market, it's very, very challenging. I know the middle part of last year where the market was a little bit all over the board, say in July in the summertime. Summer is usually our busiest time of the year. But if you can see and you can sense and been in the market, or if you've been online and reviewing maybe your neighbors in the subdivision or other homes in your area, you've kind of seen some adjustments or things that shouldn't be on the market longer than they are. And so that was a little bit of the cycle of things were changing in the real estate marketplace. You would normally see those where the Fed would come on, they would announce their adjustments, and the market would retract. Well, vice versa, when you would see the interest rates have a little bit of price improvement, we would see sales incline. And a lot of that in the marketplace today is buyer and seller uncertainty. Right now we have an opportunity where a lot of people the last couple of years, a great client of mine that we were talking to yesterday, he said, Ryan, I purchased an investment property, and you know what I got on the rate? And I said, what did you get? He said I was in the 2%. I said, that's insane. We may never see that again. And so a lot of interest rates that have been out here, 2, 2.5%, 3%, 3.5%, low rates like that. The understanding is why in the world would they sell that property now? And there's a lot of reasons why people are selling. But a lot of those are not coming to the marketplace now. And so that's the opportunity where there's not that amount of inventory. So it's keeping our inventory at a lower level, right, guys? So if we don't have a lot of homes on the market, there's less homes as a buyer to choose from if I need to move. Now we take that into rate or into understanding of, well, Ryan, if I'm going to sell my home, I'm going to leave my 3% and I'm going to go buy something in my 7.5% or 8% rate. Doesn't make sense. But there's a lot of reasons where people are moving. So there's a lot of that inventory is on the market that is kind of helping keep prices to where they are. But there are some homes that are not moving for a combination of reasons. And with some of those things, first thing you're always going to have to kind of look at is if you're trying to sell a house, is why? Why, Ryan? So what's the age-old question, why? Because a lot of times we've come from a market that we transition and we projected it where we want to be. A lot of times sellers have an idea of where we want to be price-wise. Always with our great clients, you say, listen, and you've heard this, right? You can always start here. You can always start there, right? You can start here. And that old saying, what? You can always come down. But you got to be very, very careful in a marketplace where the market's changing and you want to kind of get out in front of the market, especially going into an election year next year. So overpricing your property, number one, that doesn't make sense and brings buyers, allows it to sit on the market for a longer period of time. And when you're on the market in, let's say, a hot area, and it's 30, 40 days in the market, what's the first thing that the buyers say? They say, Ryan, what's wrong? What's wrong? Well, nothing's wrong. Nothing's wrong. But you're handling those objections. And so it becomes more challenging when you get offers to get full list price or above, okay? It can be difficult to separate emotions and facts on what a home's worth. I get it. Some of you guys, it's been your primary residence for 20, 30 years. You've remodeled, you spent a lot of money, time, sweat, and equity. It's where you raised your family, the little ones. So you deserve to get the right price for it. But it's important that usually when we are called out to your property and we kind of have a consultation, the first thing that we do, We just walk through. We sit down and kind of chat with you, but we always look at the buyer's perspective because it's hard sometimes, right? It's hard to kind of say, well, this is my home. This is a lot of memories. It does get sentimental. And so we try to look at that objective third-party approach and kind of see what buyers are seeing. Because ultimately, guys, in the marketplace, the market is going to dictate what a home is worth. And ultimately, what a home's worth is what a buyer's willing to pay. Hey, we're going to the break. Stay with us. We've got so much more with Real Estate with Ryan. We'll be back in just a second.
Hey, Ryan, go deep. Keep going. Keep going. A little bit deeper. A little bit more. If you're in the market to buy or sell a home, let Ryan Coleman at Hometown Realty give you a home field advantage.
Man, great throw, Joe. Go Big Orange.
Hometown Realty, a proud sponsor of the Vols.
Hey, Vol Nation, Joe Milton here. The real estate market is changing rapidly. There's never been a better time to know your home values than today. Start by getting your instant home evaluation by your trusted Hometown Realty experts. Text your address to 290-2290. That's 865-290-2290. Go Big Orange.
I'm Ryan Coleman with Hometown Realty. Trust your hometown experts. We've helped thousands of people just like you.
All right, we're back at it. Real Estate with Ryan. Second half. Glad to be with you guys. And sorry, I got long-winded on that show. So we're coming up on a break and got to pay the bills. So we're talking about what do you do in today's market? If your home's not selling, is there improvements? Is there tips, Ryan, that you could give me so I could get my home under contract and so I can get into my new one? That's what a lot of people are facing right now, where we used to, in reverse, couldn't get the house sold. We sold it too quickly, couldn't get into another one, couldn't find another one. And so a lot of the marketplace now is giving us opportunity and more choices that we worked with buyers here recently than we've had in a long time. So it's good. It's good to a certain degree. All right, we're going to do a 60-second vol update and get right back into our show. Drum roll, please. Oh, you know what today is. Kentucky. It's time to beat those Cats. That's tonight. That's what's going down. Tennessee versus Kentucky on the road, 7 o'clock. Make sure y'all check it out. I know you're going to be there, but go Vols. Men's basketball opens the season November 6th. Tennessee Tech, Lady Vols, 11-7, November 7th. Florida A&M. Basketball is right around the corner. That's the news. And go Vols. Hometown Realty, proud sponsor of the Vols. All things real estate. Got your back. If you need us, just a call away. Go Big Orange. All right, so got that in. Got that in. That was good. Y'all excited about this season? I always love fall. We got football. We got basketball. Got Lady Vol basketball. It's a lot going on. It's a great time to be a Vol. We won't talk about the previous week, but it's all good, man. It's all good. Anyway, we won't go down that road. Listen, in today's market, you guys are listening to the show, not sure where the market's going, where the rates are going. We got this free service. I know we talk about it here and there, but if you're thinking about buying or selling, you want to know where your home's value is to get an idea where your value is today's market, but you're maybe not ready till after the holidays, no worries. We got you covered. We got this free service that all you simply have to do. That's right. Just text me. You ain't even got to call me. Ryan, don't bother me. No worries. I understand. Call me. I'm going to give you your home's value in today's real time. Our agents work 24/7, 7 days a week. All you've got to do is text this number. We're going to give you a home value estimate right over the spot. Now, obviously, if you want the most accurate estimate, call us out. We'll come out to the scene and look at it and also give you any tips we can do to get your home ready. Very beneficial in this market. But hey, get a pen real quick. 865-290-2290. That's text your home value number. Just text your address. It's 865-290-2290. And we'll get back to you with a real evaluation from your hometown experts of what your home is worth here in East Tennessee. So if you're thinking about that move, we just had a conversation with a great guy yesterday. He wasn't quite ready to get us out, but very, very thankful for the information. And that's what we're here to help. So make sure you check that out. Starting your search, make sure you check us out, the App Store. Hometown Realty Real Estate, brand new app that's been out a couple months. Every search you can think of. You're looking for a cabin in the Gatlinburg area, we've got you covered. We've got a 100-acre tract that's coming to hit the market. We've got you covered there as well. Thinking about downsizing, all that and so much more. And we can personalize your search, unlike a lot of these competitors. That's Hometown Realty. Real estate, app, Google, we got you covered. All right, back to the show. So, need to sell my house. We know pricing, Ryan. What else can we do? Well, I think probably more importantly now than ever that we want to set the stage for the buyers. We've all got our stuff, right? So I'm working with some great sellers that we're hitting the market, and it's important to declutter the best that you can. Because the opportunity in the marketplace today is sometimes you get one opportunity, one showing. So you want to make your best impressions. We know that most buyers are looking for rooms to have the most importance, which would be our living room, master bedroom, and kitchen. And they actually have rated it by percentages. The most important is the living room, 47%. Master bedroom, 42%. And then the kitchen, 35%. That's why a lot of our marketing things that we'll do is if you have an empty house, if maybe it's not showing where it needs some of that, I say kind of that pop, then we can stage it. We can even do it staging virtually. We have both options. See, our team specializes on what your home needs. Now, we used to stage a lot of properties. We got a great staging team. We bring in furniture and picture and decor. And I tell you, just the opportunities of the pictures from an empty space, empty living room, right, to what it looked like on camera was gorgeous. But sometimes it's not worth to bring all that extra expense, a lot of logistics, getting the stagers out there. So we're able to do a lot of our stuff digitally, and it gives the pictures online. We know, look, in today's market, most buyers are going to start, let's say almost everybody, 87% are going to start their search online. So as much as we think that the physical showings are important, now our online presence is the most important thing that you can do. So setting your stage in the kitchens, the bedrooms, and the living rooms, whether we're putting in furniture, TVs, different things like that, is the focal point of what buyers are looking for. Now, we all have our stuff, right? We all have our stuff. But I would encourage that a lot of stuff that we have, especially some of our bedrooms, offices, things like that, if we can get it to the garage or maybe go rent a storage unit, even if it's temporarily. Because the more open the house looks, less decluttered, people can imagine, or the buyers are going to imagine their home, their family in there. The challenge is we got a lot of pictures that are sentimental, which is very, very important. Don't get me wrong. But we want to declutter and depersonalize, because if we can do that, we can kind of, when the buyers come through, they can start envisioning their family, and they can start envisioning them memories with their kids, etc. Sometimes if we have too much stuff, it gets in the way. So very important to do that declutter and personalization. This time of season, don't forget the landscape, and it's one of the biggest things that you can do in today's market. Why? Because the mums are pretty, a little extra mulch. It goes a long way. I'm a big believer. If you've been following us for years, we've been doing this thing for probably almost 8 years running on the radio. And the saying always goes that if the buyer pulls up to your home just to kind of do a drive-by, and if they don't like what they see on the outside, they're probably not going to make the call for the appointment. So make sure we know that curb appeal is just as important as the kitchen and the family room. Let's talk about number 3, fixing home issues. Obviously, keep in mind, not fixing serious issues will leave you a small number of buyers. Namely, what? House flippers who want to lowball your house for pennies on the dollar. And if you're financially stable enough to take that hit, slashing the price to get it sold is an option. Otherwise, considering fixing these issues to appeal to more buyers. For example, electrical system, HVAC, plumbing, windows, roof. And if you don't have the money to fix these homes, consider offering some form of incentive or buyer credit. Perfect example of, let's say that the carpet's really, really bad, but time-wise, it just really doesn't make sense. Or energy-wise, can't get to it. Well, we can offer a credit. And one of the biggest things that an incentive, whether let's say a carpet credit or a painting allowance, what that does, if everything fits the perfect tone for the buyer, right? Everything checks all the boxes, then the only thing is what? Well, Ryan, it needs carpet or it needs flooring. Well, no worries. We've already addressed that on the front end. It makes it much easier conversation. When we're isolating that one or two very easy objections, now we've already addressed it pre-offer. And so when the offer does come in, guess what? It's less likely that you're going to get a lower offer because you've already incentivized and negotiated on the front end about that. Very good. We do that all the time on certain conditions and works really, really well. I can't get past our marketing in today's market. You know, you think you just put a home on the market, slap it on MLS, and it sells. Sometimes that happens. Not all the time. It takes marketing. It takes a great team. And if you're thinking about doing that, our team is some of the best in the state of Tennessee, and we'd love to help you any way we can. Before we get too far out of this show, our grandparents moving to be closer to the grandbabies. During the pandemic, many people found themselves distanced from their loved ones, especially as schools started to open. Now, as the pandemic has passed, many grandparents are moving even closer to their grandbabies. 5 reasons they're moving closer. 21% want to be closer to family. Based on this data, basically, they want to be close to the babies. Never underestimate the power of a grandchildren, especially when it comes to lifestyle and financial decision. Recent data shows of many baby boomers. You know, that's what I see all the time, and I think it's so important. We've got other properties where we've got a potential opportunity for grandparents down low. We just listed one. Heck, we could be grandparents soon one day. Not anytime soon, but when that happens, I'm sure we'd be right there with you. You do the most for your loved ones and your family, and of course your babies. During this time, it's always important to be close to them in those years. So that's what we're seeing. So a lot of people buying and selling. It just happens. If you're thinking of buying and selling, if we could be of any help while we do this show every week, we'd love to help you. Easy phone number, 693-SOLD, or visit me at ryancoleman.org. Hope you have a wonderful weekend, and go Big Orange.